Hello, welcome back, and thanks for joining me. It's Judy from Thistledew Creations, and today I wanted to show you what I did with these pieces of fabric. It's an old tablecloth is what it was, and I offered it up in my Diva offerings, but nobody seemed interested in it. So I thought, okay, do I just get rid of it? Because I had already cut the tablecloth into 4 pieces, thinking everyone was going to want a piece, but you didn't, and that's fine. That's the whole point of the whole process of the Diva boxes. So I wanted to show you what I was able to get out of it. I'm not offering it to my Divas right now. I may in the future, but I did find some ways to use this that was I thought was surprising to me, so I thought it might be surprising to you. So when I tear the fabric, I get a lot of great strings, so I'm going to make a bunch of those little string clusters with that. And this is what the fabric was like. It's I would say it's damask, so it's a light purple, and it's got flowers inside of squares, and there's even a little tiny flower on the intersection of the squares. And of course on the other side it looks a different color. It looks darker with the lighter flower embroidery. So I wanted to show you how I managed to work with it. So I kept 2 pieces to do a demonstration for you, but I wanted to show you what I got out of it. So I got, with little strips, I got little scraps and was able to salvage little strips. And then I found that when I frayed it, it kind of went curly, which I thought was really cute. So I kept these little bits on either side of the square outline. And then I was able to get some little triangular corners, which will make cute little pockets and tuck spots. Got quite a few of those. And then the actual squares, once I figured out how to fray them, they really turned out quite cute because they kind of have like a ruffly edge. So they'd be great to use in clusters. That's what I was thinking. So lots of little pieces, quite a few squares. Some of the squares I cut inside the outline, and some of them I cut on the outside of the outline, because I figured I had nothing to lose. And then I did some pockets that could be, you know, sewn or glued down 2 sides or 3 sides and used as a pocket. I'd got one that I did sort of for a horizontal pocket, and then more different sizes of triangular pockets. And then of course there was the edging. So it had this really nice scalloped edge, and I found that it tore easily along that. Like that, this is where the lattice design started beyond this point. So it tore really well along there. So I've got a little bit of that. And then some, maybe one of the other sides or something had, yeah, it must have been, had the edging or the lattice pattern right to the edge. So I've got some like that. And what I found frustrating about it when I first started working with it, is that it would tear diagonally through the flowers, but it wouldn't tear this way to give me strips. So I had to first cut it, and then I accidentally figured out how to fray it. So I'll show you how I figured that out. So then I got some strips like this, where it was sort of this scrolly pattern. So I cut those out separate. This one it was just where I tore it along these tips of the diamonds. And that one's not quite a triangle, so that's why it ended up in this pile. Some more of that. And then this one I thought was really nice. So I've got the diamond at the one end, and then I did like a ribbon end at the other end. It's a little longer than you might think of using in a journal, but it could be a wraparound thing that comes together like this, or it might be, you know, on a big book, you might have it going as a bookmark or a belly band or something. Might have to shorten it even. But I thought those were really turning out way more interesting than I thought they would. So I wanted to show you how I figured out how to fray it, because I was playing around. I was watching TV, and so I was just kind of playing around. I'm thinking, oh, this is a bust. Nobody wants it, and it doesn't tear. Maybe the reason nobody wanted it is because they've already tried and couldn't get it to fray. So I did find when I tore it along, like I say, along that scrolly band, it would tear and it would fray. But that's, you know, obviously getting strings every time, which is fine. It's a pretty color. So that's a nice little piece of pretty fabric that you can use. And then to get the little squares and the triangles, let's do one. So we got some strings here. I can get a square out of this. So I cut it about 1/4 inch away from the line there. And I was really disappointed because I thought this isn't going to fray the way, you know, to give me a square with frayed edges. It's just not going to work because it doesn't want to tear there because it's on the bias. So then I got playing around with it, and I was going like this, trying to get it to fray. Didn't do anything. Like, it made the edges just a tiny little bit rough, but not anything like what I want. So then I just happened to drag my finger along this way, and it frayed quite nicely because I was going against that diagonal grain. Now, it's not a nice even fray like you get when you tear, like this, where they all stick straight out, all the little threads stick straight out. But it kind of is neat the way that it ruffles up. So you have to kind of play with it and figure out which way. Now this side, the next, when you go around the square, you got to switch directions. And then it'll fray and curl. So if you have seen, there's lots of these in thrift stores, and a lot of ivory ones if you don't want the colors. But if you've seen them and thought, well, those don't tear, those don't fray, this is a way to fray them. And I think it turns out really cute. And so you can take your tablecloth and cut it up into all sorts of little useful bits. So now that that's frayed, it looks like something you could use in a junk journal. And I really like that idea. So then let's do a triangle, because I think the triangle pockets will be cute. So we've got, let's try to keep them a little on the small side. I'll do a triangle here. So because, ow, got right into my finger. So this side is just normal fraying, and this side is normal fraying, but this side will be the frilly fraying. That's what I'll call this video, frilly fraying. So just going against the grain, basically, is what you have to do. And I find it helpful to cut just beside the line there, because I think it's going to stop fraying at that point. You know what I mean? Like, it's not going to go beyond that, because that those threads are going in a different direction again. Like when you get to the intersection here, you can see these threads are different. So my fingernails are good and long, so it's quite easy for me to do. If yours aren't, I'm not sure what you could, maybe tweezers or something. What broad tweezers might do the job, like my fingernails do the job well. But yeah, so there's another triangle. And I just kept going. I used up almost all of it, but I wanted to save some to show you how it worked. So here's one where we could do a small little triangle. I'm cutting quite close to those threads this time. And like I say, this side will fray normal, but these ones you've got to figure out which direction you have to go. So I'm going to be on the lookout for more damask stuff. I do have some stuff already in my stash that I could use if it's stained or whatever. But I just wanted to show you all that. And if any of my divas are watching and you would like a second chance at some of these pieces that I've frayed, then let me know, because I'll never use them all. And I would do some more. Or if you now see what you could do with it and want some of the plain, I have these two pieces, and I might have more somewhere. I'm not really sure. This certainly isn't the whole tablecloth. But yeah, let me know, and I'll put it in the next video that I do after I see your comments. So thanks for watching today, watching me do some fraying. And like, comment, share, and subscribe. Most of all, have a great day and happy crafting.